19-point lead, and we blow it down the stretch. But it's not a lost cause, right? We played well enough to build a 19-point lead. Did you think that we were going to sustain it? I didn't. At least we didn't get blown out. So let's talk about it. Let's go. And let me remind you, fellow Knicks fans, January 21st, 2019, Martin Luther King's Day, the Knicks have a chance to get back at the Oklahoma City Thunder that wiped us off the court the other day. Private lounge on Chase Bridge, food and non-alcoholic beverages are included. Courtside at the pregame shoot around, a tour of MSG, a little tiny tour of MSG. Cost is $205, $220 with an NBK shirt. Tickets are available now. nothingbutnicks.com/NBK events. Check it out. Okay, Knicks family. We all seen it. Another game that we could not close. And look, man, there's going to be, we already know there's a lot of games that we're not going to be able to close. But another game that we couldn't close. And there are reasons why. There are clearly reasons why we did not close this game out. A 19-point lead, we couldn't close it out. Why? Why could we not close it out? I want to know what you guys think as to why we didn't close it out. I know what I think, but I want to know what you guys think as to why we could not close it out. And it's not an individual thing. It's a team thing, right? It's a team thing as to why we couldn't close it out. We're going to talk about it. AD did his thing as expected. Tim Hardaway, we talked about it in the keys to success earlier. And excuse me for having the wrong lineup. As soon as I posted the video to premiere, then Fizdale releases, or the Knicks release what the lineup is. So I didn't have time to go back and change it because I had to get on the road to my own basketball game or my girls' basketball games that I coach. We won 43-14, by the way. It was a good showing for our first game. But back to the Knicks. I lost track of where I was. That's how upset I am to lose. I hate to lose. You know what I'm saying? I hate to lose. 19-point lead. We blow it down the stretch. Bad pick and roll defense. Oh, we talked about in the keys to success that Hardaway would have to outplay E'Twaun Moore. He did. Hardaway outplayed him. E'Twaun Moore was, around his average, 13 points, 55% from the field. Hardaway dropped 30 tonight. It was AD. That's the guy, of course. Drew Holiday. Those guys that we couldn't stop. We talked about that in the keys to success. Or we talked about in the matchups. How are we going to stop those guys? We couldn't. Nothing we could do about it, especially with AD, 43 points, 17 rebounds. He's a monster. He went crazy on us. All in all, the thing that I wanted to see the most was that the Knicks came out with some fire and desire. That's what I wanted to see the most tonight, because the last few games we came out with no fire, no desire, no sense of desperation. At least we came out with that tonight. So I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied that we came out with some sense of desperation, that we do not want to be a team that gets blown out 3 games in a row. I'm satisfied that we came out that way. I'm not satisfied that we lost, but I can take it if we battle. I can take it if we battle. We battled. We just got beat by a better team, bottom line. 19-point lead. I didn't expect to hold it. Never did, because we were playing above our level. You know what I mean? And there's only so long that a team of our stature is going to play above our level. If we get lucky, maybe we get a stretch where we really play well above our level, but we didn't, probably not. We'll probably be able to play above our level for 3 quarters. Then we'll have a stinker. That's what happens when you have bad teams. And you can see at the end of the game, we keep talking about lineups. And of course, you can see Fizdale is moving lineups around, switching things around, trying to find something that works. And why? Why is that? It's because we have an incomplete team. We have incomplete players all over the board. Every single one of our players is an incomplete player. Fizdale likes to act like Hardaway is a complete player, but he's an incomplete player. The only guy that hasn't moved out of the starting lineup or anything like that. He's not a complete player. He's an incomplete player. Don't let it fool you. But everyone else has rotated and moved because we're incomplete. And you can see it down the stretch. Down the stretch of the game, you're doing offensive and defensive substitutions with Trey Burke and Frank. Noah Vonleh, Kevin Knox. Why? Because these players are incomplete. You got to give Kevin Knox a pass because he's a rookie. He's supposed to be incomplete. You got to give Alonzo Trier a pass. He's a rookie. He's supposed to be incomplete. Right? You got to give them guys a pass. They're supposed to be incomplete. Young players, you got to give them a pass. Right? Because they got to grow and they got to develop. Hopefully 4 or 5 years down the line, they are now they become complete players. But rough one, man. We got a chat. We got Isaiah. We got Viv. We had Prince, but looked like Prince had to jump off. I'm going to give these guys a second to say their piece. Then we're going to recap the box score and start breaking down, why we lost and get into a couple of game storylines and some of those type of things. Before I do that, though, big shout out. Siobhan Robinson, thank you for the super chat. Said AD shows you why the Knicks need him in free agency in the off season. Well, I would love AD. I'm not going to lie. I would, but I'm still trying to focus on these guys here and give these guys my undivided attention. And then Robert Paris, thank you for the super chat. You said trust equals minutes. Trier 32 minutes. Not exactly sure what you mean by trust equals minutes. Maybe that was a typo. Explain that to me, my man. And then Chester said we played good for our lack of talent. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Talent and skill set. We'll put those two things together, talent and skill set. We have some talent, but the skills aren't there yet, in my opinion. All right, so let's open up the chat. Let's talk to these guys for a hot second. Oh, wrong one. There we go. We got Viv, we got Isaiah. Viv, what's poppin', man?
Sim, how are you doing? Shout out to the chat. Look, I think this game was kind of like a fool's gold type of game. We kind of played well above our level, and it just slowly began to crack in the end of the second half, or the beginning of the second half, somewhere, in the middle of the third quarter. And you started seeing some of the cracks, and, this is what happened. It was bound to happen. Somehow, I don't know what was going on with the Pelicans, but, we were above our heads, and the Pelicans finally woke up in the middle of the third quarter. But, yeah, that's my piece. And, look, one quick thing before I move on to Isaiah. It's just tough playing this type of game where you just have like a whole bunch of hero ball. And I think we just saw way too many instances of hero ball today. And, if we're going to have a young and developing team is one thing, but, if they're going to try to win games with hero balls, it's not going to be fun watching this over 82 games. So that's just my piece.
I'm with you. And big shout out to the entertainer. Said congrats on the 42-14 win. I appreciate it, man. It was 43-14. Appreciate it. It was a great start to the season for us. First tournament of the season. It's kind of a preseason tournament. We won it 43-14. We're in the championship game tomorrow, 12:30. So we'll see how that goes down. Yeah, but yeah, Viv, I agree with you, man. Down the stretch, too much ISO down the stretch. But what do you expect when you have Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, and Alonzo Trier in the game down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure what
like I said, we'll go in the box score, but I noticed some crazy things in there, so,
Yeah.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah. Let me see. Isaiah. What's
poppin', Sim?
Yeah, so what's your tip, man?
I want to first and foremost shout out to you for the victory with your daughter. I heard she had 35, 66, and 8.
No, she didn't have that.
It's all right. I'm gonna just assume she did.
She had 20. I'm sorry. She had 19 and 10. She played okay. She played all right. She had 19.
Oh, you the hard coach. I can see what kind of dad you is. You the hard coach.
Well, I mean, she shot about 40% from the field. So if she shot 50% from the field, she probably had 30 points or something like that. Right?
But shout out to her.
And she had 4 turnovers.
You got to get better at that.
All right.
I'm a teacher. I'll teach her.
Some things she got to work on, but she had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. But them 4 turnovers and that 50%, that 40% from the field, got to work on that, because when we play a better team, them things gonna hurt us. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good warm-up game for her. Good warm-up game.
Sim, you know what's funny, Sim, real quick? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I'm watching the Bulls and the Bucks, right? The Bulls just had an 18-point lead on the Bucks. And now they're down almost by 10. And I'm just like, wow, this was just us.
Yeah, man.
And it shows you that, the good teams, they know how to turn it on. And it's just, it's more frustrating when it really bothers me now. It bothers me when we had to lead the whole game. The whole game. And we forget to play defense, and we forget to move the ball. See, I'm not gonna even say, because shout out to Trey and shout out to Mudiay. They played offensively. They played good, moving the ball. It was okay. I mean, Mudiay had 0 assists. I don't know how many Burke had, but for a whole team, we had 15 assists. And here we go again.
And one of the things, man, about playing a team that's on a higher level, on a level above you, is not just that they know how to turn it on. They know how to be patient and not panic, right? Because they understand that you'll let them back in the game, or that they are a superior team. And eventually, the averages, you got the law of averages, right? Eventually things are going to average out. So a team like the Pelicans, who, they've been together for a little while with Drew Holiday, AD, they got a little bit of experience, with each other, and then they're just more experienced than the Knicks. But teams like the Warriors, the Spurs, even Milwaukee, what they understand when they play a team like the Knicks is that eventually, like I said, the law of averages will take place, but then also, sooner or later, a team like the Knicks are going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to play at that high level for a long time. Every once in a while, you get some teams that are not supposed to play at a high level that sustain it, and they become good teams. The Knicks obviously are not that kind of a team. So your good teams understand it, and they're like, you know what? We're not going to panic, because if we panic, then the game gets out of hand. We're going to stay steady. We're going to remain steady. We're going to fight. We're going to claw. And when they make mistakes, we're going to capitalize. That's what the Pelicans did, right? Because they know eventually a team like the Knicks are going to make mistakes. I mean, that's how it goes, man. Life of the NBA. Prince, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Sim, man? You know the saying goes, man. Bad teams find a way to lose, and good teams find a way to win. And I hate to say it, but talent-wise, we just, we lack it, and we don't have a closer. Tim, I think, you know, his problem is he need to go watch some Jordan reruns or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe watch MJ in his prime, because MJ, if that's who you want to emulate, you know what I'm saying? MJ passed the ball. He found ways to get other guys involved. You know, when his game wasn't balling, he found ways to play defense and stuff like that. Now ain't Tim Hardaway. We know that. But again, that's Hardaway's main problem, I think, with our team, is just not being able to get other people involved. He just jacks up shots. Much like you said, we was talking earlier before the chat came on. You know, it was just too much time left in the fourth quarter when we was up 10. With a young team like that, we was gonna find a way to fumble that win off, man. And it don't hurt that much, but it does hurt because, again, we played really good basketball. We played really good basketball up until that last 8 minutes. And, you know, then we just started to crumble and shoot bad shots, and AD took over.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, man. That's what, like I said, good teams understand that your bad teams are going to eventually give it back to you. And that's what they do. I mean,
they're going to do stupid stuff, make bad fouls, you know what I'm saying, turn the ball over, and, you know, say what they want to say. But I mean, I was kind of mad my boy Mudiay wasn't in the game either. But, you know, I hate to say it, but we're going to be crying later in the season if we would have won this game, and when it come down to tank season and everybody like, man, see, if we would have beat the Pelicans that game, we would have got the third pick. Nah, man. So like I said, we lost, man. But again, maybe that teach those guys. We have to put a full game together. You can't just come out there and play 34 minutes, 37 minutes. You got to play a full 48 minutes, man. So I don't know, Sim, man. It's tough, man. It's a tough loss, but we got a lot more.
Yeah. I think that they played hard.
You got a lot more to come, brother.
Yeah, I think the Knicks played hard for 48 minutes. They just didn't execute for 48 minutes. And I don't think
I give you that.
I don't think that we're capable of executing for 48 minutes. Not right now. I don't think we're capable of executing 48 minutes. And I tell you what,
I think we could, though. I think we could with the right facilitator, which obviously lately been Mudiay, with Mudiay in the game, and if Tim would defer from shooting every freaking time or trying to draw a foul every time, look for somebody who's open, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think we could, Sim, but right now, because Tim Hardaway played too selfish, and again, Mudiay is not really locked into his position of starting yet, I don't think, much like you said, we can play 48 minutes of consistent, you know, efficient basketball and close out a game. You right?
I don't think that we'll learn how to execute consistently until Fizdale settles in on a lineup. Look, he may not settle in on a lineup all year, but I think you need to settle in. Once you settle in on a lineup, now those players.
No, not really, man.
You know. I'm
sorry, Sam. My bad.
Yeah, once you settle in on a lineup, I think those players begin to build and develop some kind of chemistry, right? You know, 2 different units, 3 different units. You develop some kind of chemistry. You understand your rotations a little bit better. You know, when you develop lineups. When you don't have lineups, you really do not have, like, Fizdale doesn't have a rotation right now that he's comfortable with because he doesn't have lineups. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have his lineups that he's settled in on. So it's impossible for him to have a rotation. You know, when you have a lineup, when you have certain lineups, you're like, okay, I know that I'm going to bring Trey Burke in for Mudiay, and I'm going to bring Frank in for Dotson or whoever it is. I'm just throwing names out there, right? And it's going to be this type of lineup, and then I'm going to bring Trier in for Hardaway, and it's going to be this kind of lineup. You have an idea of exactly what you're doing. But when you continue to change the lineups around, then you don't even know what your substitution patterns are going to be. And so it makes it hard for the coach to understand who he's putting in the game and why, right? Because you don't have a system, you don't have consistent lineups. And then it's hard for the players to develop some kind of a chemistry. You know what I mean? It's hard for the players to develop, you know, the units to become cohesive. So, you know, I guess, you know, until Fizdale settles in on his lineups, rotation patterns, and so on, we're not going to be able to execute. That's just my opinion. I don't think we'll be able to execute until that happens. You know what I mean?
I believe that. that too, and I think it's our shot selection and our shot making, because again, we really just don't shoot at a good clip. Even I seen somebody in the chat say that tonight we only shot at 39%. Like, you know, we got to get, like you said, be more efficient and be able to execute and maybe get easier looks at the bucket. And I guess that's what you're saying with you know, putting in the system and guys being in position. So you're right. But I think, like you said, Sim, can we, I hear what we said, but can we truly blame him? If the players are really getting better and they're learning, you know, and we see them getting better. I mean, we see every game that these guys are making somewhat of some minute progression in their game. Can you be mad at him? I don't want him to switch lineups 82 games either. But I'm just saying, like you said, 20 games, 25 games before he be like, okay, I'm sticking with this lineup for 10, 15 games, and we're going to ride with it. If we get, you know, 0-30 or whatever, we're going to ride with this lineup. Right. So, I mean, I really can't blame him, honestly, until those guys really learn.
I get it. And I think that, I think that at some point you got to settle in on something, because you've got to find your lineup, and then say, okay, I'm rocking with this lineup right here. You know what I mean? Because if you're constantly switching them in and out and trying this and trying that and trying that, I mean, then you're never going to, in my opinion, you're never going to establish anything. You never would have established anything, because, you know, everything continued to just switch in and out. So eventually, and I think he will establish a lineup. I still think you've got to, and you know, maybe once he establishes his lineups, then he'll establish a system. I don't know. But I still think, and I'll continue to think it, believe it, and harp on it for a long time, you got to have a system to start developing the way, your style of play. I seen it firsthand tonight. All right, I seen it firsthand tonight. Not even talking about the Knicks. Our boys' high school team, they played the game before we played, and they have no offensive system at all right now. Nothing. They do not have one single play. All right, and they were so confused, so discombobulated on the offensive end, they couldn't do anything. All right, they lost the game by, I think, 20, right? And you know, that's without any kind of system in place, not one play call. Now, if they had, and I'm not blaming their coach, they've been together for like 2 weeks, okay? So of course, you know, it takes a little bit of time, you know, to put some of those things in, especially on a high school level. But if they had a few play calls, something to corral the team and get them together, right, or a continuous offensive system, then I believe, you know, they still might have lost the game, but I don't think they would have lost by 20. Now, our girls team, we have a few things that we've put in place already, right? And we were able to use it and execute it tonight. We didn't execute it perfectly, but we were able to execute it, and our girls were able to recognize when people were open, why they were moving in certain places, and just different things that a system brings together. And it makes it easier for coaches to understand your lineups and why you're making substitutions. But you know, every coach has their own style. So I don't think we're going to learn how to execute until Fizdale settles in on a lineup, and who knows when that'll be. That might be a while. You know, that might be a while. Let's recap. Excuse me, I went to the wrong. Let's recap the game. We didn't recap the game yet. Take a look at this box score and scores and those type of things. Look, the Knicks, I think we probably played as well as we could expect in this game, barring the fourth quarter. I'm not going to say it was an atrocity, but we gave up 41 points in that fourth quarter. Right? We gave up 41. That's bad news. That's bad news bears right there. The Knicks won the first quarter 32-16. After the third quarter, the Pelicans continued to chip away, and chip away. They outscored the Knicks 38-32 in the second quarter. They outscored the Knicks 34-32 in the third quarter. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, they outscored the Knicks 41-28. That is a team, a mature team, right? A mature team that understands, okay, they went out to an early lead, but we're not going to panic. And they inched and crawled their way back into the game. It's an older, mature team. Not that much older, but older, mature team. The Knicks shot and played above their level, 49% from the field tonight. All right, they shot 32.4% from three. Went to the free throw line 24 times. Made 17 for 70.8%. The New Orleans Pelicans shot 48.5% from the field, 29.4% from three. And they usually shoot about 35% from three. 71.9% from the free throw line and went to the free throw line 32 times and made 23 of them. The Knicks got out-rebounded. That was one of our keys to success. They got out-rebounded 54-44. The Pelicans had 27 assists, just above their season's average, and the Knicks had 15, below their season's average. And this is becoming more and more alarming because the Knicks continue, their assist numbers continue to drop. We were at an even 19 coming into this game. Now we're going to be at 18.5 or something crazy. Our assist numbers continue to drop, and we've seen it down the stretch. Down the stretch of this game, we've seen ISO, and you've seen the results. The Knicks had 10 steals. The Pelicans had 5. The Knicks had 6 blocks. The Pelicans had 5. The Knicks only had 13 turnovers tonight. The Pelicans had 15. But still, our assist to turnover ratio is becoming alarming. Right? We're almost to the point where we average 1 turnover for every assist that we get. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Really big problem. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to solve that problem this season, honestly. The New York Knicks, looking at the box score, Alonzo Trier started tonight, 11 points, 36% from the field, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, our top assist getter for the night. Kevin Knox, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Mitchell Robinson looked surprisingly comfortable tonight. That's just from what I've seen. I felt that he looked comfortable. He wasn't afraid to play against Anthony Davis, and maybe that comes with, he grew up in New Orleans, being around him, you're comfortable. So he had 7 points. He was 3 for 6 from the field, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block. 5 fouls, but that's to be expected if you're going up against AD, right? Tim Hardaway Jr. shot 39.1% from the field. He had 30 points. He had 8 rebounds. He had 2 assists. He had 2 steals. It's not a bad game. Besides the shot shooting percentage, I can't say it was a horrible game for Tim Hardaway. He had 30 points. 23 shots. He was 8 for 10 from the free throw line. But his shot percentage, his field goal percentage continues to, I'm not going to say continue to drop. He shot 50% last game. I think he was 6 for 12 last game. 9 for 23 this game. But yeah, which is going to keep his percentage at around 41%, something like that. 42, 43% maybe. I just wish that Tim Hardaway would get that field goal percentage higher. He's not going to do it. It's not going to happen. He's not that kind of player. I just wish that he would. As you can see, I even get on my daughter for having a low field goal percentage. You know what I'm saying? It's that important to me. You know what I'm saying? And shot selection. She threw up a couple of bad ones tonight, and I had to let her know about it. Because it's important. A bad shot is equivalent to a turnover, unless you make it. But it's equivalent to a turnover. Anyway, Tim Hardaway played 38 minutes and had 30 points. 8 rebounds. So, I can't complain. Can't complain about him. Couple of defensive lapses in the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Couple of defensive lapses. Well, I don't know. Jrue Holiday hit the 3 on him at the end of the game. Tim Hardaway was kind of there. He maybe gave him too much space, though. He gave him too much space. He was right there in front of him, though. Damian Dotson, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Trey Burke, 24 points. We're going to talk about Trey Burke some more. 24 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block. Frank Ntilikina, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Enes Kanter, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Noah Vonleh played 27 minutes, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. That's the Knicks side of the ball. Now let's go to the Pelicans. You know what to expect when I click on this link right here. You know what you're going to see. E'Twaun Moore, 13 points, 2 rebounds. We talked about it in the pregame. Hardaway needed to outplay E'Twaun Moore, not let Moore light it up. He had 31 points last game. He shoots 56% from the field, 49% from 3. E'Twaun Moore was, I don't want to say held in check, but Hardaway didn't let him get loose. Let's say that. Anthony Davis. Nobody was going to stop Anthony Davis, so we can't really be upset about this. This is what we expected. As a matter of fact, in the pregame, I seen somebody say that Anthony Davis was going to get 40 and 20, and he just about did it tonight. Anthony Davis, 43 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Man-child. Half man, half amazing. I don't know what to call him. Something. He's a beast. He's a beast. Jrue Holiday, 24 points, 9 for 18 from the field, 3 for 5 from the three-point line. 4 rebounds, 10 assists. He had 4 turnovers, but you'll take it if he has 10 assists in the amount of time that he has the ball in his hands. 1 steal, 1 block. Eldred Payton had 8 points. No, I'm sorry, played 8 minutes, no points, 1 rebound. I didn't see everything about, I didn't catch the full beginning of the game. I was kind of in and out. So I don't know if anything happened with Eldred Payton. Julius Randle, 19 points, 11 rebounds. I tell you what, we just got smacked. Nikola Mirotic, 12 points, 10 rebounds. I knew inside we were going to be in trouble. We were going to be in trouble inside. Mitchell Robinson, Enes Kanter, Noah Vonleh, even Kevin Knox. I knew we were going to be in trouble dealing with them guys inside because they're big, they're strong, they can rebound, they can shoot, they can go to the rack, they can do a lot of things. And sure enough, we had trouble with those guys inside. That's the recap of the game. Those are the box scores. We know what happened. Big shout out to Marty Knicks. Thank you for the super chat. You said Mitch versus AD and the refs. LeVert, Levine, Tatum, and now Holiday all drilled Tim Hardaway Jr. last minute. No defense at all in the fourth quarter. Just talked about that. Marty Knicks, again, thank you for the super chat. He said, Knicks fans love ISO. Wonder why we can't win. Well, we ISO'd tonight. Alonzo Trier, Tim Hardaway Jr., Trey Burke in the fourth quarter on the offensive side of the floor together. What do we expect? That's what's going to happen. Just about any time they're in the game together. You're going to see less ball movement, more ISO play. Payback Carter, thank you for the super chat. Said, can't have both point guard combining for 1 assist. I hear you, my man. I hear you. I get it. But listen, man, we're incomplete at that point guard spot. That's where the issues are coming in. We got incomplete players. Incomplete players, man. Let's look at our keys to success. See how we did. Let's see how we did. We started off doing well. We were knocking these keys down. We were doing the things that we needed to do. And then we lost it. Our keys to success. A strong start was imperative. Imperative. Say it one more time. Imperative. We needed to help Mitch Cantor, Noah Vonleh, Knox. We need to help those guys down low, right? We needed our guards to double back. We needed to control what we talk about the pick and roll defense as one of the keys to success. We needed to control or do decent, at least, with pick and roll defense. Nada. We needed to rebound the basketball. And last but definitely not least, play hard for 48 minutes. So how did we do? Let's talk about it. Let's see. We had a strong start. We got to give them that one. We had a strong start. We started the first quarter 32-16. Strong start to the game. Did we have help for Mitchell Robinson and Enes Kanter? Noah Vonleh and those guys on their forwards? On AD and Mirotic and Julius Randle? I would say no. Combined, their bigs had, let me see if I can add this up real quick. That's 55, 74 points and 38 rebounds. 74 points and 38 rebounds from AD, Nikola Mirotic, and Julius Randle. So I'm going to say no. We didn't get those guys no help. I don't know if we could have, to be honest with you, but we didn't. Pick and roll defense. It was horrible down the stretch. The entire last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis ran pick and roll to death. No one can stop it. No one could stop it. Not Trey Burke, not Tim Hardaway, not Frank Ntilikina. No one could stop it. They killed us in that pick and roll. Either AD scored, they kicked it out to an open shooter. AD went to the free throw line. Drew Holiday drilled a three because we were scared of that screen and roll. They just killed us with that pick and roll. So no, we failed tremendously. Pick and roll defense. Rebounds. Did we rebound the ball? Well, I guess right about at our average, 44, but we needed to do better than that. We lost the rebounding battle, 54-44. So no, we didn't rebound. And then play 48 minutes. I'm going to give us this. I think we played for 48 minutes. And like I told Prince in the video chat, we played for 48 minutes, but we didn't execute for 48 minutes. And I don't think we're capable of executing for 48 minutes. I'm not sure we're capable of executing for 40, even 36 minutes. I just don't think we have it. I don't know if we just don't have it right now. But we played hard for 48 minutes. I'll give us that. We lost 3 out of the 5 keys to success, which leads to a close loss. That's what happens. That's how it works. Certain things you just got to do in order to win games. And guess what? We did not do them. We didn't do them. So let's get back to our video chat because I want to ask a question. I want to talk about Trey Burke again. Right? We talked about him in the last stream. He said he needed to play. Well, he played tonight. And again, Trey Burke had 24 points. I want to know what you guys think. Has Trey Burke earned himself a permanent spot in the rotation after tonight? Or is it still going to be in one day, out the other? Let me see. C-Dog, what's popping, man?
Good. How we doing?
I'm good, man. How are you? So let me ask you this, man.
Go on.
Let me ask you this. Trey Burke had 24 points tonight. He played, however many minutes he played tonight. 25 minutes, I think. Has he earned himself a spot back in the rotation?
It's hard to play 3 guards. Playing. They just got to find a way to make it work. They need to work on their pick and roll defense. Everything would be.
Well, yeah. We just talked about that. The pick and roll defense is terrible. It's just horrible.
You put them in pick and roll at the end of the game. If it's close, they can win.
Yeah, exactly. Just terrible, man.
Between Hardaway and Cantor when he's in the game, the pick and roll defense just works.
Yeah, Yeah.
But Trey, I say Trey always needed to play. I was always a Mudiay that I didn't want to play. I know my man with the hat. He's gonna start laughing.
Yeah, that's Prince guy. That's his man, Mudiay. That's his man right there. So I know Prince is glad. Listen, Prince is not. He's not saying nothing. He's not saying I told you so. He's not gloating. He's just sneakily, sneaking it out every once in a while. Like yeah, Mudiay had 16 points tonight. Just kind of sneaking it in. He don't want to gloat. Hey, Prince, it's okay to gloat. You can go ahead and gloat and let it out, bro. Mudiay starting. He did his thing tonight. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and gloat.
Mudiay got his 16 points in the first quarter, or the first quarter and a half.
Yeah.
After that, he didn't need to play no more. It was a waste. He's just out there.
And he didn't get used down the stretch.
They got to pick and choose their battles. Like Hardaway doesn't need to be in the game at the end because he's just throwing up. He ain't gonna never shoot a good percentage like you want because he just. You know how many threes he shot? He think he's damn Curry.
Yeah. And he's never.
He throws a lot of bullshit.
And let me tell you, Hardaway tonight. Hardaway shot 12 threes tonight.
9 for 23.
4 for 12. 4 for 12
Yeah.
from the 3-point line tonight.
I mean, if you shoot enough times, you'll probably score 20 or 30 points.
Yeah, of course.
He has learned that. That's what Frank needs to learn. Get the gym, start shooting, and get your shots up, and then we wouldn't have this problem at the point guard position.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what. If Frank came out, I'm going to go on to Viv. I'm going to Viv, C-Dog. If Frank came out and he started shooting 20 times a game and he was shooting 40% from the field, everybody be hollering and screaming that we need a point guard that doesn't shoot the ball. But, I ain't even going to go there with it. Viv, man, we talk about Trey Burke. Do you think Trey Burke is going to get himself? I'm scared to say permanent with anyone except for Hardaway, honestly. And I'm not saying that Hardaway deserves it. I mean, Hardaway is who he is. He's our leading scorer. He averaged 25 points a game. He comes and he plays hard. I'll at least say that. On the offensive end, defensively, he's got a lot of work. But he's our guy right now. So he's always going to be. He's always going to be in the lineup. Everybody else is going to rotate around him. Right. So I'm scared to say anyone is permanent. But is Trey going to get more minutes? I mean, honestly, I don't think that he should have lost minutes in the first place. But
I mean, I didn't realize he was going to get minutes today. But I guess it made sense with their small. I think they play small in their rotation, but I don't know if he's going to get minutes. He played a bunch of minutes in the Orlando game, right? And then he got a DNP right after that. Yeah, so
then he got a DNP, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it's tough to say because with this with the way Fizz using the rotations, we know that obviously you're right. Timmy's going to play his minutes, right? Cantor is going to be another guy who plays his minutes. Obviously Knox, Mitch, Vonleh, they're all going to play, whether they're on the bench or whether they're starting. They're going to play minutes. It's just that last 10th or 11th spot, and I feel like that spot is kind of it's a toss-up right now between not toss-up, but I guess it's a crunch between Burke, Hazonia, and I guess someone else. I don't know who that other person is. So it's hard to say. I mean, look, he had a good offensive performance, but I mean, that's what you expect from him. Mm-hmm. At the same time, a lot of those points that he scored were off one-on-one baskets, so there's a lot of isolation. So, he scored in isolation, which is what he can do. He can do it, he can get hot, and, he can have a performance like he did.
Right.
But at the same time, like you mentioned, I think you mentioned, right? Burke and Mudiay had a combined 1 assist in the number of minutes they played. So, that's the trade-off you kind of have. It's just unfortunate because Burke can be really useful. It's just they don't have a system they set up where Burke is getting easier buckets. Like if you had a system where Burke just cuts, like flex cuts to the basket, and people would have that awareness to pass it to him, I feel like Burke can just can easily get you like a 15 points a night or some sort of stretch. Like even Trier can do that too, but they just don't have that system in place that takes those facets of their game to their advantage. So,
right.
I mean, in conclusion, I just don't know because I feel like he's at that fringe position where it's just too many guards right now. And at the moment, I just see because Burke is really just a 1 or 2 at the point right now. So, or he's going to either play point or he's going to play the off guard. So you're kind of in a crunch then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, it seems like he is just one of those guys. One day he's going to be playing mad minutes, and one day he's not going to be playing any minutes. It's
just tough because it's not really between Burke and Frank per se, because at least with Frank, right, they'll move him to the 3 or they'll put him somewhere else because they know he's versatile on that end. But with Burke, you can't move him to the 3. It's either you play him at the point or you play him off at the 2. Yeah. So you're stuck then.
Yeah. And now Mario didn't play tonight. Mario played no minutes tonight. 0 minutes.
I mean, I thought it was about time, actually, to be quite honest. So,
yeah, I hear you. This is a very it's a weird process. I mean, I guess, you know, with so many new players coming in this season and players that had, you know, have things to prove, and you know, just having a chicken scratch team, a vagabond roster of players, I guess maybe it's to be expected, but it's very, I don't know, it's a little bit weird for me.
To be honest, I think the toughest part for Burke was probably the moment that Alonzo Trier showed out in preseason, because had Alonzo Trier not had a ridiculous preseason like he had, and even summer league to that extent, then Burke would probably be a mainstay in the rotation. But, you know, because Trier had such a hot preseason and, you know, a hot regular start of the season, he's cemented minutes.
Yeah. It's something, man. I wonder if this lineup, because we scored so well, you know, we started off so well, I wonder if he's going to, you know, keep this lineup in and try to get a better look at this lineup. Isaiah, what do you think, man? Trey Burke, did he earn himself more minutes?
Can I say one thing, and it's gonna correlate to what I'm about to say.
All right.
You know, Sam, when this season started, you know what I at least expected? I expected to play hard, lose games, get a good draft pick, and be good next year. We at least compete. Like I said, I don't give a damn if we go 0-82. As long as we compete and play hard, I'm perfectly fine with the end results. Now, we played hard today. We play hard, but it's just these efforts, man. It's just disgusting about what's going on. I thought with Fizz, and you know what, it's still early, but it's just, you know, you called it. You said it earlier. You said you'd rather start with a system than letting these guys just play and figuring it out. You know, and it's right now. It's this ISO is just killing us, man. It's just ugly. Yeah. If this was the case, we should have picked up Melo again.
Well, that was my next question after Trey Burke. So let's finish off with Trey Burke. Does Trey Burke get more minutes? Do you think Trey Burke gets more minutes?
Has he earned it? It's real tough to say that, man, because I like Trey Burke a lot, but Jesus Christ, his defense, he tries, but it's just literally physically hard for him to play defense. I mean, Mudiay is playing good right now, and whether people like it or not, you need Frank for this team. You need Frank to play, because if he doesn't play, then we're going to go back to the times where there was no-name point guards getting 35 on us. So, I mean, me personally, no. I'd rather have Mudiay and Frank, but you know, you know. Who knows? Right. Who knows with Fizdale with his damn axe?
Right. All right, let me see. Hey, Prince, man, question for you. I'm gonna start with Prince, then I'm gonna get around to everybody else and see what the chat says. I've seen some people in the chat talking about it already. Should the Knicks, I know what my opinion is. I want to know what you guys think. Should the Knicks bring back Melo and let him finish his career in New York? Let's just say everything he agrees to come off the bench, just be a role player, come in, get 15, 20 minutes. What do you think?
I'm all for it because I think you said it a couple chats ago and we've been talking about it for a while. I think we are missing that veteran leadership, you know what I'm saying, from a guy who's, you know what I'm saying, who's done it, and a guy who can kind of, even though we know what this season is about, it's about building, but he can still go out and show these guys in a game like this, hey y'all, this is how you win a game like this. You gotta, even though Melo don't play no defense, but you gotta pay attention to detail on defense. And I think that's something that Melo would very much so help this team out. That's what I was going to ask you. How much longer is Lance Thomas supposed to be out?
Lance Thomas, I'm not sure. I think Lance Thomas is going to be out for a little while. And I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, with that being said, I'll take Melo. I mean, because again, you know, he's not going to win us no games. I mean, that's definitely not old Melo, but I think he would help the morale. I think he could also probably be an extension of Fizz on the court, like we said, of Jared Jack. I mean, Jared Jack also don't have a job. I just found that out today that Jared Jack ain't on nobody's roster. Well, I know we talking about Melo, but yeah, I would love to see Melo back on the Knicks. I hate to say it, but if he would, you know, adapt and do what we needed to do as a player, coach, and a veteran, I would love to see Melo back with us, bro. And then he can retire next year.
Then retire next year. I don't think Melo's retiring.
Then he can retire.
I think Melo's going to be in the league for a couple of years.
Well, you know, yeah, because you know he gonna want to stay around for KD, and you know he gonna want a ring. He gonna finally want that ring. How ironic would that be? You know what I'm saying? Melo to leave, come back, KD, and all this happen, and we find him win a ring in 2020 or something like that, and Melo finally get his ring.
I would love that.
That would be sick.
I would love that. I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan. I am.
Me too. When him and LeBron got drafted, I was a Melo fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Melo fan. I'm a big Melo fan, but I'm not letting it cloud my judgment as far as bringing him back. I'll let you know what I think about it after I find out what you guys think about it. But I am a big Melo fan, huge Carmelo Anthony fan. You know what I mean? Forgot your name, Isaiah. Go ahead, man.
How do you spell hell to the hell no?
I don't know. Spell it for me.
It's MELO no.
All right, tell me why.
Prince, I don't know what Prince is talking about. Stay off the weed. Melo does not need to be nowhere near this team. Nowhere near this team.
Why?
Prince, what can he do? Look at KP. Look at the.
Tell me
you
why.
can see. You can see Melo and KP sometimes.
Tell me why. Just give me a good reason why. Not just
why.
No, just not okay. Just no. Just cause. Just tell me why. Give me like a basketball reason why.
Doesn't play defense.
Personal reason why. Something.
It's gonna be literally ISO ball with Melo, and we literally have 3 or 4 players that are already ISO. So there's literally no point of trying to get that in there. He's gonna stunt the development of anybody trying to play because he's gonna take up 15 minutes, and that's 15 minutes that could go to a kid who needs to play. Melo doesn't play defense, and from what I love Melo, but from what it's looking like, he doesn't get along with coach. He doesn't get along with coaches. Mm-hmm. And then it's to the fact where it's like, what is Prince? I mean, one thing about Prince, what Prince just said was, you comparing Jared Jack's leadership to Melo's. I wouldn't do that. Jared Jack is going to be a head coach in this league one day. Melo, I don't know.
He'll be a commentator. Melo will be a commentator. Melo could be a commentator. Listen, again, I love Melo. I respect him for what he did. He's probably the main reason why I got to see my Knicks team win 54 games. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm sorry. Okay. No. Maybe if we're good in 2 years and he wants to do a sign one day and wear his jersey, no. Melo should be far away from this team. We were so lucky to get rid of his contract when we did. Well, I mean, his contract has nothing to do with it now. If you sign Melo now, you'd be paying him like $2 million or less a year. Viv, what do you think?
Yeah, Sim. I don't think this is the right time for Melo to come back. I'm just gonna say that. Few reasons. One, I don't think the problem is that the wing position per se. I'd rather let Knox get most of those minutes anyways. I don't think we need Melo taking away any minutes at 3 and 4. Two, last thing this team needs is another isolation player. We have enough of them on this team. Third thing is we already have players who don't play defense, so there's no reason to bring him back then. And also, I think they just don't need that attention in that sense. You know, we're doing something. We're trying to experiment around. If you bring someone like, we're trying to do things, like as Isaiah saying in the chat, we're trying to do things the right way. And we already have Cantor that's kind of giving us like a problems anyways. He's kind of whining here and there. We don't want to do that. We don't want Melo to, have to do that. And we don't want, Melo had a rough few years, right? And, the last year of the New York wasn't the best year for him, but, he wasn't terrible. Like his last year at the Knicks wasn't terrible. I wouldn't want a situation where he comes to a team and just all of a sudden, just looks like a complete relic of, anything he used to be. It's just, I just don't want to see it. It would be terrible to just watch, like someone, be such a relic of themselves. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
C-Dog.
What up?
What's up, man? What's your take?
Leave Melo alone. We already been there and done that. The man is 34 years old. We trying to get there.
34. Yeah.
He had his time with the Knicks and it didn't happen. What makes you think it's going to happen now?
Right.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Okay.
It was good while he was there. We didn't win. We won 1 year, but we didn't really win. And he tried. We didn't make it. Now we got to find. What we need is KP to come back, and we need a point guard. One real point guard. I'll take somebody like McCollum from Portland. We need somebody that's a go.
Yeah.
He'll be a point guard with the Knicks.
Right.
They need to get hurt. Who's going to play the point?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
They got.
Sorry about that, C-Dog. I didn't mean to cut you off. So let me give you my take on it. I'll start off once again by saying I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan. I like Carmelo. I like everything he stands for off the basketball court. And his tenure in New York when he was here, it wasn't totally on him. Yeah, it had a lot to do with him. It had a lot to do with the organization. I would love for Carmelo Anthony to retire as a New York Knick, but I do not believe that we should bring him back. So if there are any rumors out there about him coming back to New York, I'm kind of with what you said, Viv. It's not the right time. We just cleaned off all of that residue of everything that happened with Phil Jackson, everything that happened with Carmelo Anthony, and all of that. We just cleaned it all out. You know what I'm saying? And, Melo just, right now, it's still too fresh. And I just don't see the purpose at this point. I just don't know what the purpose is. You know what I mean? He's not going to bring anything to the team. I'm not saying that he's not the Melo that he was, but he's not going to bring anything significant to the team. As far as him being a leader, I don't really look at Melo as the kind of a leader that we need for this team, right? Melo is the kind of a leader that you need to have another leader. You need to have another leader and then have Melo there as a different kind of leader, right? So, no, I don't think this is the right time to have Carmelo Anthony with this team. I just don't think it would work. Carmelo is at a total different point in his career than everyone on our team. So it just doesn't make sense. Now, if we get 2 years down the line and we are a championship contending team, and Melo wants to come and play a year or two to retire a Knick, I'd be all for it. All for it. But I think we've got to have some leadership established before we do something like that. So no, as much as I would love to see Carmelo Anthony back in a Knick uniform, retire a New York Knick, not right now. Not right now. You know what I'm saying? I seen an article that say, I forgot the guy's name, but it said that, the Knicks will bring him back and let him end it right and all that kind of stuff. Not now. This ain't it. This ain't the time. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I pass on Carmelo Anthony, one of my favorite players, but I pass on it. I pass on it. And, because I just want to focus on these young dudes. I don't want to bring, whatever attention, like Viv said, all that attention that'll come with having Melo here. I don't want to bring it. I want all the attention to stay with these young kids and grooming them, growing them, developing them, and helping them to become the best players that they can be. And I don't know at this point in Melo's career if he really helps with that. I feel bad with the course in Melo's career right now. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Because the last thing I wanted to see was Melo go out like Iverson. And I feel like that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to see Melo go out like that. I wanted to see him join the squad and win. You know what I'm saying? Join the squad and win. I didn't want to see him go out the way he's going out. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's really, for a while, like when everything was going down in New York, he was really being lauded for his professionalism. Right? And, with everything, and Phil Jackson was, speaking out of both sides of his mouth, and Melo was really professional. People were applauding him for being professional. Now you look, he didn't fit in OKC. He didn't fit in Houston. And now it's looking like Melo is just a cancer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I hate to see his career go down like that, but this is the way it's going down. This is the way it's going down. Very similar to Allen Iverson, the way things went down with Allen Iverson. But I say no to bringing him back to New York. I don't see a purpose in it. A couple of years down the line, if we're a championship contender, then maybe we can. But no, I don't see it. Not right now. All right. Just looking at finishing up. We're gonna finish breaking down these players tonight. What we did, we talked about Hardaway. We talked about Trey Burke. Talked about Mudiay a little bit. Kevin Knox, was starting to come on and play decent. We're still waiting for a big breakout game from Kevin Knox, but, hopefully it's coming soon. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's coming soon. Players of the game. We about to get to the end of this. It's getting late. I got to get up really early in the morning. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, but we're coming down to it. I want to talk about New York Knicks player of the game. Do you guys have a New York Knicks player of the game? Who was your player of the game for the Knicks tonight? I'm not quite sure. I'm sure somebody is out there. I'm going back and forth. Do I want to give it to AI or not? I mean, Hardaway or not, because he was the leading scorer. But I'm going to get to the chat. I want to know who your player of the game was for the night for the Knicks. Obviously, the player of the game was Anthony Davis. He was obviously the player of the game. But I want to know who your New York Knicks player of the game was tonight. All right, so let me bring this chat over here, and let me see what you guys talking about. Isaiah.
Yo.
Knicks player of the game tonight. Who was your New York Knicks player of the game tonight?
I would say your daughter, but she don't play for the Knicks yet.
Yeah, she shot 40% from the field and had 4 turnovers.
I think. You know what, man? We don't show him enough love. I'll go with Mudiay, man. I'll go with Mudiay.
You going with Mudiay?
He doesn't get enough love. I'll go with Mudiay.
So you just giving him a pity party. Mudiay tonight, 19 points.
Listen,
66.7% from the field, 8 to 12, 6 rebounds.
We crap on Mudiay a lot, so we got to give him something.
Okay. All right. Not bad. He had a decent stat line. It's not bad. I can respect that. Viv, you got a player of the game?
Player of the game?
For the Knicks. Overall, we know it's Anthony Davis overall, but for the Knicks, player of the game for the Knicks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the Knicks, let me look at the school box score real quick. Yeah, I'll give it to Mudiay. I mean, that first half that's where we were kind of, he was one of the main facilitators of that, pretty good first half. So I'll give it to him. It was either him or Timmy for me. Actually, it's kind of hard. 1A, yeah, I'll pick Mudiay for this one. I don't know if I can pick Burke, but I'll pick Mudiay.
Going with Mudiay, okay.
Yeah,
let's talk about Mudiay for a minute.
Yeah.
Mudiay has actually been playing very well now over the past 2 weeks.
He's actually not as bad of a defender as I thought he would be. Like, it's coming, but he's not as god awful as like a Tim Hardaway Jr. But
right.
Yeah.
What do we take? How long do you have Mudiay being the starting point guard?
I have it going. What's today's date? Today's date is the 17th, right?
Yeah.
He will probably last until sometime maybe next week or early next week.
So.
Reason is because remember we were talking last live stream. We were talking about that rough stretch of games.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna buckle down, and I think I feel like it's gonna hit the fan.
Okay.
And there's gonna be another lineup change.
I mean, Mudiay's been playing well though, right? He's been playing well. Since he's come back from injury, he's been playing well. Maybe he didn't have assists tonight.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, that whole problem is just Fizz, and Fizz got to let him, do more pick and rolls or whatever. But yeah, but again, I think the schedule is just gonna once that buckles in, it's just gonna be tough.
Yeah, but see, my question is too. Okay, you change the lineup again, and you put in Trey Burke or you put in Frank. Is it gonna change? Mm-hmm. Is it gonna change? Is it gonna?
Oh no, it's not gonna change anything. Fizz is gonna change it just to change it. But unless he puts an actual system in place, it's not gonna change anything.
Exactly. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you're going with Mudiay. All right. Going with Mudiay. C-Dog, man. Who you going with player of the game tonight for the Knicks?
I'm going with Burke.
Trey Burke. Okay. Trey Burke tonight had what do you had? 24 points.
Read his stats off for these people that don't think that he actually played today.
Yeah, Trey Burke had 24 points, 76
what he shot?
He was 10 for 13 from the field.
That's all you need to know.
10 for 13 from the field.
He's efficient. Y'all crying about efficiency, right?
Yeah, he's efficient. He usually is efficient when he's in the game.
Y'all crying about efficiency, but then y'all don't want efficiency. The man has shot 10 for 13. What more can he do?
I mean,
whoa. Who was Trey Burke guard? Eton Moore or whoever else was playing the point guard.
Like, what was that guy? Ian Clark?
Yeah, Ian Clark. How many points did Clark score?
Oh, Ian Clark sucks. He scored nothing. I think.
Tim. I'm asking Tim. How many points did
Ian Clark score? Let's see. Ian Clark tonight had 4 points.
The whole time he was in there.
4 points. Ian Clark had 4 points. Yeah.
Yeah, gold standard.
You said that Burke didn't play D. Who was he guarding? He was guarding Clark.
Ian Clark probably averages. Let's see what he averages. Let's see what Ian Clark averages.
Like 2 points a game.
Ian Clark averages 5.1 points per game, so he's just about at his average.
Whoopee.
And how many points does Trey average?
What does Trey average? Trey average, I don't know. What's Trey? Let me see. We'll go back, check out Trey, see what Trey averages.
Like 9 points or 10 points a game.
Yeah, like 9-10 points a game or something like that, I think.
Yeah. And he scored 20-something points today.
Trey, we know Trey's going to be able to score. We know Trey can score.
And he stopped Eton from scoring. Ian Clark, whoever the dude is.
Trey Burke averages 10.7 points per game. I mean, did he stop him? I mean, he got just about a season's average. Trey Burke was. Listen, I don't really go. The plus minus to me is kind of up in the air.
They said he can't play defense. Who was he guarding?
What I'm saying is, he was a -8 though. Trey Burke was a -8 in the plus minus. Now I don't really depend on the plus minus that much. But listen, I'm with you. Trey Burke had 24 points. That's okay.
Yeah, good game.
That's cool for him to be the player of the game.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
He only asked who was the player of the game. The man, he scored 24 points. The dude that he was guarding scored 4 or 5 points.
My only thing with talking about the guy that he was guarding scoring 4 or 5 points is that's what he averages. So he let the dude score at his average. Prince, who's your player of the game?
Like I said, I definitely have to give it to Mudiay. I think he said
we knew. Yeah, go ahead, Prince. We knew he was giving it to Mudiay.
I was telling Cass, I'm like, they was Cass laughed at me months ago when I told him that Mudiay would be our best point guard option, and we see Mudiay is our best point guard option. He runs the offense the best. The flow is the best. Like I said,
so that's what I'm saying. Prince,
he didn't have many assists, but how many shots did people make off assists? Nobody made shots off assists. That was a lot of people who we're not making shots. So Mudiay is putting people in position to make shots. They just wasn't making them.
So, Prince, I want to give you your chance, man. I want to give you your chance. I said it earlier. You haven't really had a chance to gloat about Mudiay. I'm giving you a chance right now, man. Go get him.
Hey, like I said, Sim, Cats laughed at me. Cats told me I was stupid. Aunt G, Guillermo, Mark, who's Mark? Cats ran me through the mud about Mudiay. You know what I'm saying? They told me I was stupid. What is you talking about? We wasting time. And Mudiay has been the most efficient point guard we have. He hasn't been, that crazy point guard that I said top 5. He hasn't been the top 5 point guard in the East. I was crazy. But with that being said,
I didn't even know you said that.
Really good basketball. Yeah, I said that in the chat. I was just talking crazy. I was talking crazy that day.
Okay, you said it in the chat.
I own it, though. I own it. I'm a man. I own it, just like Mudiay. So with that being said, bro, I really pray that, like you said, we can see a system. Like you asked Viv, how long do we think he's going to be in there? I think he's going to be in there until he starts thinking up the joint. I really believe he has, up to this point, he's won that position of getting the team started and putting us in positions to be efficient. Because I think, like I said, he knows what he got out of Trey Burke. Trey Burke is an energizer bunny. You put him in and he goes and scores. He's not a facilitator. Fizz knows that. We know that. It's Mudiay. If Frank ain't ready to step up and make those shots yet, it's Mudiay. It definitely ain't Ron Baker. So, right now, man, everybody who hated on me, hated on my boy Mudiay, Mud, as Coach Fizz called him, Mud is out there balling. That block at the end of the halftime, Mudiay. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, everybody talking about my boy don't play defense. He can't score at the bucket. Hey, he's been efficient. He's scoring at the bucket. He's finding a way to make jump shots. So stop hating, man. He's ours until we get rid of him. So until Kyrie comes and take over the keys of the Maserati, we got Mudiay. Sorry, I don't know what to tell y'all.
All right, Mudiay so far this year is shooting 48.5% from the field, 33.3% from 3. He got to get his free throw percentage up. He shoots 53.3% from the free throw line. That's unacceptable for a guard. 8.7 points per game, 3.1 rebounds per game, 2.1 assists per game. I need to break it down. I need to go and look and see what his averages are since he's been. Well, I guess those are his averages since he's come back off an injury because he didn't play before then. So that's where he is right now. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping, man?
Yo, what's good, man? I'm a big fan of the show, man.
Appreciate it, homie.
Yeah. I just want to remind everybody, real quick. We all like what Mudiay's doing, right? But we can't forget that no matter how good he is, at the end of this season, we're not going to sign him. We're not going to bring him back. So it's really better that we invest that time into Burke and that time into Frank, because at the end of the day, you know, we could keep Burke on the cap. He's gonna make like $2 million. We could keep him on the cap and bring him back next year. We're gonna have Frank next year. We're not paying Mudiay $12 million or $8 million to come back next year because we're trying to go somewhere else. So it's nice to see Mudiay out there and playing good, but at the end of the day, you know, we had Mitch out there. We had all the young boys that we're gonna have next year. We got to continue to run Frank out there and run Burke out there and really see what we're going to have for next year. I like that Ennis ain't play today. You know, it hurts me because he does his thing, puts his numbers up. But at the end of the day, it was nice to see Fizz really run with the young guys and give them the burn, man. Sim, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate your call, my man. Appreciate it. Peace. Okay, you know what? He has a point there about Mudiay. Definitely has a point. You know, Mudiay, his contract situation right now, when you're talking about Emmanuel Mudiay, let's find him. Mudiay is making $4.3 million this year. $4.3 million this year. He has a qualifying offer. Yes, a qualifying offer for $5.7 million. So he's definitely not going to be making $8 to $12 million a year. And then if the Knicks do not extend him a qualifying offer, then he'll be an unrestricted free agent. And I expect that the Knicks will not extend a qualifying offer to Emmanuel Mudiay so that they can clear up and free up cap space for the summer. Because if they extend a qualifying offer, then that, you know, digs into their cap space. So I'm thinking they probably will not extend him a qualifying offer in 2019, which would make him unrestricted. And on the free market, I doubt that Mudiay gets. Not that I doubt it. I know he's not going to get $8 to $12 million a year. Mudiay, you know, probably be getting, you know, the minimum. You know, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? I don't know. So yeah, I'm not that quick to say that he wouldn't be back. I think, you know, they're gonna sort a lot of stuff out. But I mean, that's, you know, you have a point there though. You have a point, caller. Caller, you on Live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Benny Blanco, Long Island, man.
What's
Captain
popping,
of the
bro?
Free Dot movement.
No doubt. What's up with you?
Listen, man, I'm trying to think what's going on with Kevin Knox, man. I know he's a rookie, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All rookies hit walls and all that. But I'm looking like he's not doing nothing. Like, he's looking crazy out there. Like, I'm trying to get over it, but it's like irking me, man.
I mean, I think we got to give him a little bit of time, though. You know, he's about 15 games into his NBA career. I think we got to give him a little bit, extend him that courtesy.
I'm saying he gotta show us something to be, you know, you the ninth pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, like, oh man, it's just hard to get, because I'm watching the game and I'm looking at him out there and he's looking like he don't know what's going on.
Oh, I mean, let's see what happens. You know, he's young. He's a young kid. He's 19 years old. You know, some people adjust differently. Right now, he's shooting 33.7% from the field, which is very low. Shooting 37% from three, that's decent. That's good. 37% from three. He's averaging 9.4 points per game, 2.2 rebounds. We definitely need him to get in on the boards. I want to see this kid averaging 6 or 7 rebounds a game. 6 or 7 rebounds a game.
Yeah, man.
You know,
man, let me say one more thing, man, about this Mudiay situation, man.
Okay.
Mudiay doing this thing, man. Let's give him a break, man. Let's give him a break, a small break.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat. I've been watching you, Sim. Keep going, man, and I'll be calling in real soon and getting that video chat, man. Peace to everybody.
Doubt. Definitely. Peace, man. Peace. I mean, I'm all for giving any player their props when it's deserved, and Mudiay has definitely been balling. You know what I mean? If Mudiay can keep hold of this point guard thing, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? if he can continue to be the point guard for the Knicks for the rest of the season, and then we see what happens in the summer, I'm cool with it. You know, I'm cool with whoever it is as long as we're playing the way that we want to play basketball. You know, I don't care. I really don't care who it is as long as we're playing the way we want to play. As long as, let me say this. As long as the young guys are getting their time to learn and develop. You know, but we got just about all young guys. So, you know, I'm cool with Mudiay. Listen, I wanted Mudiay to be drafted. I'm not going to lie. I wanted Mudiay over KP. I am the first person to admit it. You know what I'm saying? I thought Mudiay was going to really be a beast when he got into the league. He's only 22 years old. So he still has time to get his stuff together. So we'll see what's up with Emmanuel Mudiay. But my player of the game, I never got a chance to say my player of the game. I'm not even sure who my player of the game is, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I guess it would probably be between Trey Burke and Emmanuel Mudiay. So I'm gonna give him a co-player of the game. Trey Burke and Emmanuel Mudiay, my co-players of the game. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give it to Tim Hardaway Jr. because Tim Hardaway shot 39% from the field. Call you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's popping?
Yo, what's going on, Tim? How's everything going on?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
I'm good. It's Delano, man.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, nothing much. I'm just, listen, I love to say, I told you so about Mudiay, but everybody like to laugh at me and the Prince and what are we talking about? And, you know, talking crazy about the boy. Look, he been producing. He been producing.
Yeah, he been producing.
Last, few games. I mean, how long y'all gonna sit there and, keep trying to, he don't play defense. Like, you can't, look, you got to shake them demons. You can't keep looking at the past if you're expecting something not to do shit. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, I mean, Mudiay's been balling, man. He's been hooping. I hope he continues. I hope he continues to hoop.
I hope so too. I mean, again, just because, again, people got to look at things like the assist numbers. Okay, look, he puts people in position to score. It's not his fault they don't knock down the shots, but you got to look at the looks that they're getting with his driving dish. Same thing I keep saying about Frank. I wish Frank would do a little bit more of that, attacking the basket to open up the floor for everybody else to get open looks, because it looks like he's doing it only in set plays as opposed to really on an open floor situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest. I was one of those guys that was heavy on the idea of bringing back cancer and everything. Look, can I retract that statement?
Hey, you know what? I was big on it too. I was like, yo, Cantor, Cantor can be an all-star and da-da-da-da, but his defense prevents him from doing everything else, man.
I just feel like, listen, if there's a way we can hustle some other team, at this point, I'd rather give Obama something. Give me something else, other than cancer, man. This cancer's a wash, and, it's great what he does on the offensive end, but in those critical games, and they've been pick and rolling us stuff, which is crazy because we run pick and roll. So it's like, how do you sit there and use our system against us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
We only here for one more season.
Yeah, we got a whole, like I said earlier, a whole vagabond roster, man, and we got to sort some things out. But we're gonna have a lot of talk about this whole season, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, bro.
Absolutely. Salute everybody,
all right, man.
Hey, the Prince, we got one.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, bro.
How you doing?
All right, peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, I'm a little bit tired, so if I don't have the same energy that I usually have, I'm a little bit tired because I've been up really, really early this morning. Then I had to travel. Took 3 hours to get to where we had to play the game because traffic was backed up all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we had to get the girls ready, go out and play the game. That takes a lot of energy. You know what I mean? And then drive back another hour and a half. Takes a lot of energy, man. So if I'm, if I'm a little bit down, not sad, but if I'm a little bit down in my energy, it's because I'm a little bit tired. From the basketball game and then all that. All right. But Yeah, we down to the end of the show. I want to talk about the Knicks in Orlando. Knicks in Orlando, Sunday. We get a chance to get a little bit of revenge. Get back what they took from us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm the Knicks, regardless of what some of y'all say about all this tankster-wankster business, you know what I'm saying? I want my pride back. You know what I'm saying? We got beat bad by Orlando. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing for me, at least. Maybe it wasn't embarrassing to you, but it was embarrassing to me. You know what I mean? We got wiped up. Looked bad. So we play them again Sunday, 6 o'clock. I want to take these fools out. I want to put them to sleep. I want to put them to rest. You know what I mean? Let's talk to the chat. See what the chat thinks we need to do against Orlando. Somebody try to get in here the last minute. Who is this? All right. Isaiah.
But he also had assists. Oh, my God. Is that Nate?
Isaiah, what's poppin',
what's
man?
Up?
Hey,
what's poppin', sir?
Knicks, Orlando, Sunday, 6 o'clock. It's revenge time.
It is revenge time.
Regardless, we got a lot of people in the chat. We got a lot of tankster-wanksters in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And if you're getting mad because I said tankster-wankster, then I'm talking to you.
Hey, Sim.
All right, so tell me what you think, man. Regardless what the tankster-wanksters think we should lose every single game for the rest of the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So we can get every single #1 pick to come out the draft. And then think we're gonna.
We haven't had a #1 pick since Patrick Ewing, so I don't know how long that's gonna work. So.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we need to get this one back. We got blown. We got smacked by Orlando. You know what I'm saying? What do we gotta do? What do we gotta do to get it back?
Okay, I just want to say shout out to Nate Dogg because we haven't seen him in years. We thought he shout out to Nate Dogg. We haven't seen him in years, man. But you know what?
His wife
I'm gonna be truthful with you.
His wife threatened to divorce him. He was watching too much NBK. His wife was like, "I'm about to divorce you."
Listen, Sim, this game.
Yeah.
If Fizz doesn't light a fire under their ass and say this is for pride, this is for pride.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, if we don't win this game, this is just disrespectful. And I think I'm not gonna say Fizz is losing the team, but he's not coaching them to play hard. This is a pride game. I want Cam Reddish and all that and stuff, but this is a pride game. Win this game and blow them out. There's no other way I want to win this game. Blow them out. I need that disrespectful J.R. Smith, Amon Sumpin on the Trail Blazers. We've blown them out windmill. I need that kind of disrespect. I need Knox having 35. I need the crowd go. I need a blowout. Blowout. All
right. So what do we got to do to get it?
Praise God.
What we gotta do to
play hard. We gotta listen, man. We have to move this damn ball. And Fizz is getting me with this, man. Move the damn ball. Do something. If these guys do 5 ISOs, call a timeout, yell at them, and put a whole new starting 5 in. If they're not going to run ISO, you know what? Put Ron Baker in. Ron, show them how to run the offense. Boom. We need to get at least 27 assists. I'm not even going to say 25. We need 27
Dude, we have a hard time.
I know that's crazy, Sim.
we have a hard time getting 20. You said 27.
Sim, man, we need to move this. There's no reason. There's a reason why when we win games, we have over 25 assists or 25 assists. The writing's on the wall with that. Move this ball.
Okay. All right. Let me see what Viv got to say, man. The Orlando Magic right now are 7-8. They are in the East. The Orlando Magic are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in the East right now at 7-8. Half a game above Brooklyn. They are half a game below Charlotte, and looking like a team that could slide into the playoffs at 7-8. Viv, what do you think, man? What do we got to do to beat Orlando?
Well, we got to come out of the game with a lot of energy. What we may have at our advantage is that Orlando's playing what will be tonight, actually, because it's midnight here. They have a back-to-back pretty much, but it's a home back-to-back.
Right.
So it will be challenging at the same time because we're on the road, but Orlando's playing a back-to-back. However, it's against the Lakers, so if they lose that game, then maybe they have more of a incentive to come and win the game.
Right.
So
a little bit of fire.
We have to come out with that intensity, and we need to move the ball, like Isaiah said. And I just want to piggyback on that. I think Alonzo Trier should change his Instagram name, get rid of the ISO, because I think that whole ISO moniker just needs to go. That should not personify his game anymore. So that's just an aside right there. But anyways, they have to play hard. They have to take that energy that they played with today. They played well for about, 41 minutes of the game. Is that fair, Sam?
Yeah, that's fair.
They played about 41 minutes, right? So if they can play well for about 45 minutes, then they have a shot. But again, this Orlando team is quite young. It's a quite experienced team, despite the fact that they've lost a lot. They have some established players that can give us a hard time, whether it's Vucevic, whether it's Fournier. I forget some of the other guys they have. Gordon, obviously. I think Gordon's going to play. So it'll be a nice challenge for some of our younger guys, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Orlando is, while it says they average 104 points per game, it's kind of deceiving. Against San Antonio November 4th, they scored 117. They beat them. They beat Cleveland 102-100. They beat the Wizards, scored 117 points. Of course, they beat us. They scored 115 points. They scored 109 against the Wizards. On the 12th, they scored 111 against the 76ers. They beat the 76ers. This team is a lot better than everybody thinks. We witnessed that firsthand. It's a lot better than everybody thinks. So, we've got to be able to come out, and I think regardless of what their scoring average says right now, we need to be able to score with them. I think we need to, if we want to win this game, I think we're going to need to score between 115 and 120 to beat them, because our defense is going to allow them to score 117, 118, 119 points. It's hard for us to really say some things besides things that are general, like moving the basketball, making sure we're playing 48 minutes, rebound the basketball. Those things are really general. Why? Because we don't know what the lineups are going to be. So it's just hard. It's hard to say. Do you think we see a new lineup on Sunday, or we stick with the same one?
No, I think we'll stick with the same one. We have, I think Wednesday was as tough as a blowout, but I think we'll try to play this lineup. But another tough point is that Orlando, I think they can shoot threes, so we have to be careful about that too.
Right. I think Orlando right now, I have to get back to it. Let me see. Orlando is shooting. They shoot 43.3% from the field. Let me look it up. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna go on to Nate. I'll get back to you and let you know what these percentages are. Nate,
what's going on,
man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, man. I've had some stuff I had to take care of, man. So I kind of just took a little break.
Okay, all right, respectable. I get it. I understand. Yep. Trust me, I know. Sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, it happens, man. That's why it's called life.
Yeah. So have you been watching the games?
Yeah, I have been watching, and I'm frustrated, man, because I don't know whether to be encouraged or discouraged, because though we're competing, we're losing the games by just stupid mistakes. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a block out, whether it's a rotation, whether it's a stupid turnover or an ISO play. I mean, we're not playing smart ball at the end. And, you know, I mean, let's be real. KP's not on the team right now, and I think that he would clean up a lot of those errors because he would be having the ball in the hand when the game's on the line. I truly believe that. But, I mean, it's just frustrating because these young guys, they play so well for almost, 40 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes of the quarter, they just have the deer in the headlights look. It's like they forget how to play. And, tonight was a perfect example. We missed free throws. We couldn't block out. We couldn't get on our rotations. I mean, Anthony Davis, I know, is a beast, but my God, I mean, get a body on him. Randall got up on those boards. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we got smacked down the boards. We got to compete better. Got smacked down the boards. Do you think we can beat Orlando?
Yes, I do. I do because yes, Orlando is a gritty team, and yes, they are playing better, but they're not 30 points better than us, and that's what they showed us in that game. They beat the crap out of us, and that was embarrassing. I couldn't even watch the game, Sim. It was so bad that I stopped watching it after halftime. I didn't think the Knicks were going to come back in that game. I was like, it was embarrassing. Yeah. And they deserved to get booed by the crowd and everything. That was just a clear give-up game. And so I hope they come out and they just lay the lumber to this Orlando team because all you got to do is play that defense consistently and you can shut them down. They're not that great of an offensive team. And they really don't have like a dog on the offensive end that really can dominate. So if you put some good defense on them and we take smart shots, we'll win the game.
Okay. All right. Let's see what's up. C-Dog, man. What's your take? Knicks, Orlando.
Orlando is rougher than all of y'all are giving them credit for it. I just seen them beat Philly the other day. These guys is good. And we got a bunch of young players trying to get there. So I expect us to take a lot of tough losses. They're not that young. They don't. We got 3 rookies starting. Orlando do not have 3 rookies starting.
Yeah.
They got guys that Gordon has been in the league for a while. Vucevic has been in the league for a while, and all them guys is rough. They're not household names, but they can play.
They're playing right now. They're 7-8. They just beat Philly. You know what I'm saying? They're playing right now. We can't sleep on Orlando.
They're beating teams that we won't even come close to beat.
Yeah.
Until we get KB back. It's not saying we can't win, but they they got to go the right way. Yeah. Let's fall the way down the stretch, and we'll be all right. Because he's the reason why we lost a lot of games this year. There's always something with him.
Who, Hardaway?
He'll let his man hit a 3. They got to sub him out when it comes to defense at the end.
They're not going to do it. I'm telling you, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Hardaway, they're not going to do it. You heard Wally, I think it was Wally Serbiak talking today, and Hardaway went to the basket and got fouled, and he was like, that's what superstars do. And I was like, oh my gosh, why is he calling this man a superstar right now? It's like, come on, man, you gassing people's head up. For real, I was like, come on, man, this kid he's not a superstar. Don't say that. Man, you put stuff in people's head, man. Prince. Let me get it unmuted. There we go. Knicks Orlando, man. Knicks Orlando.
Basically, no reason to beat a dead horse, but to pick up a couple things Viv said and a couple things Isaiah said was basically share the ball, man. We got to stop the pick and roll, like you said. I think we need to take some personal battles, man. We need Dotson, Frank, Tim Hardaway Jr., you need to take that battle with Terrence Ross. You need to take that serious, you know what I'm saying, and personal, because he torched us last game. So one of them two need to, say, hey, I got him. Like, don't worry about him. I got him. So whatever happened tonight, it's on me. And like you said, I think we just need to take some personal battles. And your brother's going to always have your back, but it's just sometimes you got to play for the name that's on the back of your jersey just as well as the name that's on the front of your jersey. Okay. And I think tonight is one that, not tonight, but when we play against Orlando, that's definitely something that we need to see is them take some personal, you know what I'm saying, grudge matches against guys. Not to go one-on-one offensively, but say that, no, I'm going to stop you on the defensive end. You're not going to just do what you want to do to me. So I think that's a major part is definitely take some individual battles.
Okay. Prince, man, give me your last words of the night because I'm about to head this off.
Last words of the night, man, is definitely, man, like I tell y'all every night at the end of the chat, man, we got a long season. Don't get too head over heels. Don't beat this team up. They're young. Don't beat Fizz up. He's a new coach, and he's learning these guys. He's trying not to impose too much on them. So, again, if you out here bashing and you just want to be heard or you just want something to, talk crazy about, good for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring that stuff around here. Like you said, Sim, everybody got an opinion, but, hey, man, let's keep them constructive and, let's at least keep them on point and at least have some valid base to them. So, hey, man, shout out to chat. Everybody keep doing their thing, and let's hopefully we can pull that one out against Orlando because, like you said, I don't want to lose to them twice. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think we should be able to beat them if we play with the same intensity we played tonight. Right.
I agree, man. I agree. I want to see us come out and fight. You know what I mean? Right. Not lay down. Let's come out with a chip on our shoulder. All right, man. Sunday. I'll catch you on Sunday.
Hey, see you Sunday, bro.
All right, peace. Isaiah. Last words, man. Last words.
Let's blow them out, man. I don't want a close game. I want a blowout. I want them to feel what we felt. I want the Orlando Simeon Russell to be like, damn, we lost to the Knicks, and he got a Hawaiian shirt on, or I don't know. He's a white guy with a black beard. He's a Simeon Russell. He got nothing but the Orlando Magic. He's pissed off because he lost to the Knicks. Right. I want that pain. I want the Orlando Magic fans to feel how they felt when they lost Shaq. Yeah, I need that kind of pain. I need that Mary J. Blige, no more pain. I need that kind of pain. Yeah, I think a lot of the viewers don't know what that means, but it's okay. I need them to know how we felt when Nate didn't come on the chat for 3 months because he was killing people. That's kind of the pain we need to know.
All right, man.
Oh, yo, man, but real talk, man, shout out to your daughter, man. I'm glad she scored. Tell her stop them turnovers. And
19 and 10 tonight. She had 19 and 10. We won 43-14, but she got to get that field goal percentage up.
Hey, 40%. Tell her, man.
Can't rock with that. She got to keep the turnovers under wraps too.
For real, man. But for real, we need to feel that. Everybody, we need to feel the pain. The pain.
All right, man. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Sunday.
You too, man. I'll see you Sunday, man.
Peace. All right, Viv.
I think Isaiah pretty much summed it up for the most part. We got to bring the pain in somehow, some way. I guess my main last word, actually, I wanna update some of the people in the chat about the campaign that we had with the Feeding NYC.
Let's do it.
So, Knicks Film School, we to this date, or actually to this minute, we have raised over $2,500.
Nice.
Raised by over 51 people. We got a bunch of celebrities. There's a couple famous people that have donated. If anyone wants to check the crowd rise right now, they'll get a couple laughs in there. So yeah, $2,500, and we're gonna have it running for another few days until Monday. Okay. So once we get the final tally on Monday, then we'll end it there, and then
nice.
By Tuesday everyone will get it. And I know on your live chat on Wednesday, I think we raised over $200. So
raised over $200.
Over whatever we did here, and obviously the Knicks Film School, and then whatever anyone else did, it could be well over $3,000. So we made a big difference to the community, no doubt.
We get well over $3,000. That's 100 families fed, man. So that's what's up. That's nice.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give you that update before I head out.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Knicks Film School for setting all that up, man. And we definitely appreciate it, everybody. And I'm sure all the families appreciate it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Definitely. All right, Viv. Have a good weekend, man, and see you Sunday.
Same to you. See you Sunday, Tim.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Nate, since you ain't
What's
been
up,
on
man?
in a while, man, I'll let you get the last word.
I appreciate it, man. So I was just listening to the press conference. Fizdale always gives after the games are over, and they kind of asked him about the rotations, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna stick with what we have right now." But he said something interesting. I was kind of surprised. He's like, "Well, everybody's got a chance," and so I understand that as a coach, but the thing is that you got to build chemistry and cohesion, and I'm hoping around 20-something games he sets on a rotation, like a starting lineup that he's going to roll most of the rest of the year, and then he figures out who's going to be his guys off the bench. Right now, I can understand him switching these rotations up to kind of see which one fits and all that, but I hope by 20 games he has a starting lineup figured out.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And let me ask you one question. I was watching the game. Why is Frank guarding Randall?
Well,
Did you notice that he was on Randall a couple of times. He made him uncomfortable, but he also got in foul trouble a lot too.
It comes from switching on when they set the screen, they do a screen roll and then they switch. So he ends up on the big. It's been happening, game after game after game, but he ends up guarding the big man down low.
I mean, give him props. He handled him pretty well. I mean, I think he forced him a turnover. They kind of flustered Randall in the third quarter, but Frank's got to stay out of foul trouble, man. I mean, we need him on the court. I know Mudiay's been playing better. I know Burke can score, but we need Frank's defense on the court at the end of the games. That's what concerns me is that, he's just getting these ticky-tack fouls, and he can't be doing that.
He does get some ticky-tack fouls. A lot of his fouls are coming from that switch, but he does get some ticky-tack fouls, yeah. All right,
are you worried? Go
ahead.
Are you worried about him at all?
Am I worried about him? No.
Do you think he's going to fall out of the graces of Fizdale?
I don't think so. He plays defense. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to go a long way. I mean, if he does, then he's got to fight. Then he's got to fight his way back up. You know what I mean? Then he's got to fight his way back up. I mean, and that's what happens to players in the league. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting it done the way the coach wants you to get it done, or you're not fitting in with that team, then you got to fight your way back up from the bottom, and then you see what kind of guts you really have.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if Hardaway has a really bad slump. Like, he has those bad shooting slumps at some point. If he hits that really bad shooting slump where he's just not hitting anything, it makes me wonder if he's going to have the pull the cord from him.
He's not. He's treating Hardaway like Hardaway is a superstar, which I think is wrong because he's not. But that's how he's treating him. So no, I think Hardaway is going to be right now. Hardaway's been the only mainstay in the starting lineup, and I think it's going to be like that through the remainder.
Well, he's our number one producer right now. I mean, whether we like it or not, he's not shooting a percentage, but he's our number one scorer right now.
Well, I mean, my thing is this. I get it. He is our number one scorer, but my thing is this. If everything is open, right, and you're trying out different lineups and you're experimenting with different things, why is he exempt from experimentation?
That's true. But that's why I asked you. I said if he hits a really bad shooting slump, because you remember last year he had a really bad shooting slump where he was just terrible. Like, I'm talking like horrible. Like, wasn't even making any shots. If he has one of those slumps where he's just not hitting anything, Sim, I'm talking like maybe 1 or 2 shots a game, but he's missing everything else. Do you think that he might consider pulling him?
Nope.
Or do you think he's above everybody else?
I think that he's treating him. Well, let's put it like this: Hardaway asked Fizdale to help him become a closer, a star in his league. So I think he's treating him like a star. And so no, I don't think he takes him out.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
That's what I think. So, But anyway, man, I'm out. Nate, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
man.
you
Hey,
for
you have a
joining
good
us,
evening.
man.
Congratulations to your daughter on scoring some points. And hey, man, it sounds like she's up for some big time stuff coming up.
Well, I mean, she's working hard, so we'll see what she does with it.
She got a strong daddy that teaches her everything.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, man. Have a good weekend.
Have a good evening, man.
Peace. Bye. Before I get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give a couple of shout outs to some people who threw in a couple of super chats. Nick Sanis, thank you for the super chat. He said this is going to be a long process. Better be patient. We're a young team that still has to learn how to win. Very true. Mighty Knicks with the super chat says Fish's playbook, dribble, 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 shoot. It looks like it sometimes. Then he says, yo, P, they want me to come off the bench. NYC, yeah, funny. Talk about Melo, if Melo would have come back to the Knicks. That's a good one. That's a good one, Monty. Real good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just hoping that the Knicks come back with a vengeance against Orlando. Come back with a chip on your shoulder. That's all I want. That's all I want right now. Just come back with a chip on your shoulder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I hope you guys have a very good weekend. And I'll talk to you Sunday. Peace.